Vintage Toys, friends and fam. So I did that unboxing a little while ago on my crates. I haven't unboxed them all yet, but my toys have been boxed up in crates for a couple of years because we've been moved house, etc. And I unboxed them and they were reunited a little bit. But I had a few comments coming from you guys saying that I couldn't see. I wanted a closer look at some of those toys and whatnot. So I was going to put them in my cabinet. I thought, well, what better opportunity than grab a video and I'll quickly give you guys a bit of a close-up look at all these items as they go on my cabinet. So there's a beautiful empty cabinet bare. So I remember previously I had Star Wars here, Star Wars Vintage all on one side largely, and then there's a variety of different lines on this side. I'm not sure if I'm going to mix it up or whatnot, but as they come out, I'm just going to free wheel and deal and see what happens. So look, I'll start with the Stinger. I've got a couple out the crate. I started doing it, thought that if people want a close-up, this is the best way to do it. So there's my M.A.S.K Stinger. Gorgeous condition. Lovely chrome. One of my absolute favourites. I will say that a lot. I've got a lot of favourite toys. I'm obviously very loving of my toys. But anyway, there's my Stinger. None of these are childhood items, unfortunately. Like I said, I sold these on eBay for peanuts many moons ago for $99, give or take, when eBay first came out. It's gone top shelf. This may be subject to change. I'll have a bit of a close-up look later on, but Stinger's going on the top. Then we've got the Detonator, sorry, what's one? So I've got Detonator, split seconds. I do have the clone figure somewhere, I just don't know where. I haven't gotten through all my crates yet. So he's also lovely condition. I tend to only keep pretty fussy. I only like really mint examples of most items, unless it's something that's impossible to get mint, but that's got lovely chrome on that exhaust. That's so hard to get. Love this dude. I had him as a kid. I had the majority of the M.A.S.K figures as a child, so M.A.S.K's top shelf at the moment. Last time M.A.S.K was top 2 shelves, and I can't see that really changing. So, look, we'll get the couple of Superpowers figures that I already took out of the crate. So I've got Superman. Again, mine's a very fine example. No hair. A bit of a focus issue. But no wear on the hair. Such a beautiful figure. So classic. And then you got Plastic Man, the Elastic Man. Love this dude, man. What a cool sculpt. He's up there for me. Any toy line from the 70s and 80s, one of the most unique sculpts and one of the most beautiful figures. Again, I'll say that about so many figures that you're going to see shortly, but I do truly believe he's so unique. Look, he's up there with, I really like a Man Star Wars Vintage. It's a very beautiful, unique, large, cool figure. Similar, or they're absolutely not similar at all, but you know what I mean, different, very unique molds. Superpowers are going to go here, I believe. At the moment, it's going to be a bit of a mixed shelf, I think. But let's see how my tickle my fancy as I go in. I've got Firestorm here. Look, I don't particularly love him. He's not my favourite figure. It's actually, I won't lie to you, there's a figure in my whole cabinet or a toy in my whole cabinet that I would probably not happily part with, but if I had to part with, it would be him. I only keep him because he's super mint and the colours just get me. Like I said, I stared at Star Wars Vintage figures for so long that the colours don't pop like some of these figures. Joe's, M.A.S.K, Superpowers, the colours are just magic, and that's what got me on him. And he just came past me. He was lovely. And talk about colours, man. That Wonder Woman is spectacular. I don't know how many different iterations there have been of Wonder Woman figures. I don't think this was the first, and it's definitely not the last. But I believe that's the best. I mean, I haven't seen them all. I'm biased, but I love that figure. It's so nice. She even protects herself. I've got the stand on there so it doesn't do it very well. She puts her little hands up and braces herself with the bracelets. And I've got an original, of course. I've got an original lasso. Really don't want to fray it, so I'm so careful with that. Honestly think that's probably one of the best figures ever made. Obviously I really like the Superpowers line. And then another magical line is the WWF HASBRO. I love these dudes. I liked wrestling my whole life, but when the big boys out, the big LJNs, I didn't really have them. I was probably a bit too young, but these are two of my faves, Macho Man and Akeem. I loved him and Boss Man's feud with the Mega Powers before the Mega Powers exploded. Bit of a WWF dog from that era, but such a cool figure. I just love these figures, the goofiness of them. They got, on most figures, they got one thing right, like that Macho Man, that Macho face is just, you just want to go, yeah! When you look at it, man, it's that good, you know? Anyway, fantastic one, HASBRO. They go on second shelf as well. Wouldn't be surprised if I tend to mix them up. I'm surprised if them make top shelf, but let's see. Oh, we've got a couple of Joes here now, and a couple of faves. I said that before, favourites. So these ones are magical for me. Boa, I love this dude as a kid. So hard to get one without faded legs, with the hose. Really like this guy as a kid, the old Cobra trainer, boxing bag and all. So they're going third shelf for now, but subject to change. I've got quite a few Joes and a couple of big boy Joe vehicles that take up a fair bit of space, so you kind of have to give them some space. And then you got Snow White of Joe figures. Storm Shadow. What a gorgeous, gorgeous figure. So careful with that bow. I haven't put that bow in his hand properly, but it's just resting in his hand. But I've got a real Snow White one of these. This is like, I liken this to getting a Super Mint R2 Star Wars vintage. I've got the bow. I liken him to having a Super Mint R2D2. You cannot, if you get one that nice, I don't even, if you got two, you almost wouldn't sell it, would you? They're just so hard to come by, and that white, he's gorgeous. I think I paid a couple of $100 for him a while ago. Maybe it wasn't overpay at the time, but I couldn't care less whether it goes up or not in value. For me, that being so white is magic, man. You know, I never had this dude as a child, and I love the cartoon and comics. So he featured the cartoon quite significantly. So he's one of my favourite characters. So I was stoked to get him. I got him maybe 5-6 years ago. Bloody stoked to get him. What a ninja. And then this guy too. I never had this guy as a child. And used to speak to Greenie a lot, Michael Green. Obviously you know him, I talk about him a lot. He was a big Joe fan. Actually, I knew him before I got back into Joes and knew him more about Star Wars. So then we started talking Joes. And I started telling him this guy was one of my faves. I never had one. I really want to mint one. Anyway, he got me one within a couple of weeks. And I think I said on the other video, he just says, look, man, I got you a quick kick. Don't even ask about his condition, man. Like, you know, don't even bother asking, you know, it's yours. I think he sold it to him for $40, which was probably a fair price just for a, you know, a quick kick at the time. And he's super mint. I love that figure. I don't know how I never had him as a kid. Must have just been unlucky, but he's also quite prominent in the cartoons, which I used to love. He was a bit of a goofy, always used to spill off American sort of TV lines. You know, like quick kick. Alright, so there were the few that I got out before I decided to tell you, let's do a video. People were asking for close-ups. So what do we got? Let's get a little Star Wars baggie. So I'll do this a little bit at a time. It's quite time consuming, and I also want to savour it. I don't like rushing through things with this kind of stuff. So full on, my man. So I always, with my figures, I always have a little bit of a bounty hunter lineup. Semi, kind of like the Empire scene where all the bounty hunters and the Star Destroyer. So I always like full on. I've got most of the Star Wars vintage one. I don't have, there's a handful I don't have now, but I got most of them. I'm no longer a completist like I used to be, so I generally go New Hope at the top. Might go ESBs on the second row, yeah, so start my little bounty hunter thing there. And then we got a couple of nice characters here. We've got Luke Bespin. This one's a really nice condition. My lovely wife has taken a shining to Luke Bespin, one of the few figures she loves. So I've got, I don't know, 4 or 5 different variants, maybe more of these. You'll see in coming vids. Here's a really nice example. He's just a Hong Kong, blonde hair, Luke Bespin. I don't think he's any explosive variant or anything like that. ESB, I'll put him over here. We'll have a little mini Luke Bespin run. Now then we got a lovely figure indeed. This is a Darth Vader that I actually say belongs to me, not my wife. Stan, should understand, but that's my lady. Mexico Vader. Gorgeous condition, and it's got such a nice saber. I love this figure. My wife actually had a lady, and I said, look, I finally got a lady that's nice to have a Vader variant. It's nicer condition than one of yours. She looked and she agreed, so we thought let's get one. Shared collection for the most part. A couple of Vaders for her, well, I want to say 40 or something. This is a random one, it's a couple of towels, a couple of Joes. So this is obviously an appreciation vid. You don't have to watch it all. There's nothing going to come out and say, yep, you can win this. Is this for sale soon? None of this is for sale, man. This is mine. And look at this one. So nothing special about this character, but the old Bespin guard. I'll just say Bespin guard. I won't say anything about his skin colour, because God knows what's appropriate or not these days. Look at that gold trim. It's a spectacular one. You see sometimes those ones with gold trim go for 60 to 80 bucks. AUD. He's lovely. One's so hard to get like that, so I have a bit of Bespin action here, I reckon. Just trying to plan out my shelves in my head. Okay, so my only remaining childhood figure. I'm coming real close for this guy. It's the Tusken Raider. Now I have a thing where you have to have the gaffy sticks up like that. Right, you gotta have them like that, right? I'm gonna step closer so you can get this on the frame. But so this is the only one I've got left from my childhood. He's got pink on his tusks and limbs in front of his arm. It's probably not going to come out very well on this camera. I might still overlay on this one. He's so cool. He's got this cool pink discoloration. I'll never sell him. My only remaining childhood vintage figure, and he's coming for you and killing my focus. Anyhow, Tusken. I've got a couple of Tuskens. I've got 3 or 4. I had a ball, I sold some. He's my favourite, even though he's not dead mint. My favourite Tusken. Top shelf. He's going to own it for now. Won't be for long. No. One of my favourite Joes. Mail Away, Coco, Hooded Cobra Commander. What a beast. I mailed away for several of these. I've actually done a video on that mail away offer. Love his figure. Anyway, one of my faves. The Joes are going to be a little bit in disarray at the moment until I get some more volume going, but for now they're going to stand still and just be proud. On left shelf 3. What do we got next? It's just got a smorgasbord of different vintage lines. Here we go. This is another double. Some Star Wars and some Joes. I packed these over a long period of time because I didn't want to put them away, but I knew I had to. Packed them over a long period of time, and I just did a bag at a time. I knew they'd be away for a while. And I said my goodbyes very, very slowly. And now I'm saying hello again slowly. Luke Bespin. Another one. This is orange hair Luke Bespin. Was my wife's. We sold this to Lee, my man, Cruikshank, or Harris, whatever you want to be called. We sold it to him. Very much regretted it. My missus wanted it back. And several years later, as a wedding present, I bought this for her. And Lee was kind enough to appreciate the gravity of the situation, sell it to me. So, orange hair, Luke Bespin, I believe a very underrated variant. My wife loves this figure. I do too. He's very cool. Very underrated. Everyone talks about brown hair, blonde hairs, ladies, etc. But the old orange hair, I think it's M.A.S.K, I think. Super cool fig. Go look it up. You can actually steal them sometimes. You can get it for nothing. They're not worth that much. They're not orange hair, farm boy, bloody, that kind of 2K, 3K range, whatever the bloody hell they're going for now. Now, here's another cool figure. I never had this dude as a child. Loved them. Always wanted one. Got a real spectacular one. And there you go. There you have it. Coco. Cobra Commander Jar Jar V1.5. Like this character so much. He's immortalised on my arm with some of the bad boys. Right out with Scully, Megatron, and Lord Vader. I'm a bad man. I like the bad characters, the leaders, the evil leaders. Also love Starscream, but he didn't make the cut. Maybe he'll get his own tat one day. Who knows? He goes. Put him next to his hooded counterpart. Couple of Joes. I'm trying to decide whether to put all these videos in one video or do them in a small series. Be a bloody long series on 15 minutes. I don't know how you unpacked anything, but I'm enjoying it. And the beauty of it is, you might be too, but if you're not, stop watching it. Don't watch it. Watch one of my other vids. I don't care. Don't watch. But if you do watch, drop a comment. Tell me you like it, what you don't like. Some of my faves are your faves. Some of my faves you can't stand. Zuckers. Circles. Variant. Heels, circles, variant. They make variants up these days, don't they? But that's a legitimate one. It's got circles, little sort of kind of like EPM kind of things on the back of the heels. Wouldn't say he's worth any more or less than a standard Zuckus. I've always loved his bloody beast of a weapon. This hand is tiny, stretched out. It looks like such a bazooka when I was there. Join for it's about to the line. Oh, let's get our Motu, baby. Don't think there's a lot of Motu in this crate from what I remember, but let's crank one up. Cyclone. Just love his feet, love his colours. Sadly, the same colours as that Mung Bean team. My entire wife's family supports an AFL West Coast Eagles, but Cyclone, cool colours, man, beautiful. Cool face too. Always like this dude. I've got the Origins one. Actually, no, I don't have the Origins one. That was the Creations. I don't have that actually. But I have seen it's pretty cool, but I like the edge of him. I'm going to put him on shelf 4 for now, maybe out of your sight. Come back and have a look at these a little bit later. You can look at it a bit closer. What else have we got? A couple more superpowers. That's a good line. Tell you what, a lot of people, this is the natural progression of toy collecting. You get your Star Wars vintage run, you get your 96 or whatever, then maybe you go for some variants, you get a few letties. But mate, you invariably will go down one of two paths, or both paths. The Indiana Jones route, which I have not gone down, and because I haven't really landed in my lap, I will one day. And there's not many of them, which is a beauty. The superpowers line. The superpowers. Come on, man. Who didn't love these characters as children? Aquaman with swimming, leg kicking function. One of my faves. He actually wrote to Santa for him, and got it at home on Christmas morning one year. I think what year that would have been. Santa put out Aquaman and Brainiac. I did not ask for Brainiac, but I believe he was a bit of a cool figure now. Hard to get bloody unbroken, but bit of a shell former at the time. Not everyone wanted these heroes, man. Everyone wanted your superpower. Your Superman's, Batman's. We've got Green Lantern here as well, and I've always liked him too. Super cool fig. A lot of people call these old superheroes lame, but I don't. Grew up with them. There's Green Lantern. So you're seeing my most cherished toys of all time right here. I'll tell you what, this cabinet gets pretty bloody full when I got them all in there. I've got a rule where if it doesn't fit my cabinet, I can't keep it. But I've altered the rule slightly. On the cabinet counts too, so I put Big Mock on top of the cabinet, so some Pura Mocks we got up there, they're in this box too. And I'm going to try and get like an acrylic topper for it or something. I'm sure all the acrylic suppliers out there already look after me. Someone will be able to do me one or has one. So Imperial Commander, just a straight HK, I don't think he's anything special. Got another Vader. Trick someone taught me about shipping Vaders. Putting them in backwards. Put the tip through backwards, have the hilt poking out. That way the tip is very safe in his arm sleeve. Let me tell you who this one is. I've been forced to learn a bit about Vader variants. He's a Hong Kong glossy cape. I don't know, that's all I know. Cool though. Tells you how Vader. No, I thought maybe I had to let it do it. And threading them sabers through is always a interesting challenge. So he's a nice Vader. He's got like a very silky cape. There's a zip. Or was it or not zip? No, she zips. She's genuine. There are a few non-zip capes, so maybe that's what it was. And then Leia Organa. Again, I believe Lee tracked this one down for me. Struggling to find a nice layer. I love cherry condition, chicken condition. Who says chicken? Who out there? Andy says chicken. I love super white figures, eh? So I've got a beautiful layer. She's like a C9.5. I don't drop out C10s. She's gorgeous, eh? Yeah, Lee hooked me up with him. Very happy with that. Can't remember what I paid for it, but it's less than current market value, that's for sure. The thing is with Star Wars, if you overpay at any given time for a figure that you really want, it doesn't bloody matter. It'll go up in value at some point, and you'll have that figure you want. It'll be mint. You've overpaid for it because it's mint or it's hard to find. It'll go up, man. They'll always bloody go up. All right, maybe your weak ways and your class E's and some of your common figures, Lebots aren't going to go up all the time. But if you really want an R2 pop up, or you really want a bloody whatever it is, and if the mint one comes up, you think you've overpaid. 6 months later, 12 months later, 2 years later, you look back and you've got a bloody good price, and it's good. It's probably worth 20, 30, 40, 50% more. Like, you never know. See a mint one, man. You love it. Buy the bloody thing. Oh, and I have an Imperial shelf. First 12 for now. Tell you what, might be first 12 Imperial Vitas. That shelf. But we'll see. Always subject to change. Oh, baby. Alright, I thought it was changed. I see quite a few Star Wars things on top, but I also threw a couple of HASBROs and a couple of my faves. You've seen them recently. Don't know what it is about this dude, man. But this honky tonk man, mate. One of my favourite figures in this line. Is it the guitar? Is it the sideburns? How do you say that in Italian, anyone know? If you know how to say sideburns in Italian, comment in the video. A couple of my friends at school marveled us with that nickname that I maybe have looked up and figured out what it was. The honky tonk man. The greatest Intercontinental champion of all time. Until the Warrior came down and made a mockery of him in about 15 seconds or something. But sick character, man. And that figure really, really does him justice. I will get him mint on card one day and I'll keep them both. And probably my second favourite figure of this line. Or they equal first, I don't know. The DiBiase. Little man and his belt. Unbroken. Oh. Everybody's got a price. What a figure. So they have a couple of my favourite HASBROs. I always struggle for a way to display him. I don't like buckling it up because I don't want pressure on that buckle, so I often put his arm down and hold it in, but it doesn't look quite as good. Anyway, he is complete with his self-made $1 million belt. And up these two go. And there goes the guitar. DiBiase next to Macho. I think we all know the honky tonk man's going to go in front of them. No disrespect, Macho and DiBiase. I love them both dearly. What's next? Couple Star Wars figs. So this isn't too up close and too slow. Like I said, if it is, I don't go to watch it. This was for the few people that requested it. Now I keep talking about white figures. You get a nice white figure, man. Gorgeous, banking white something like that, and it makes you think, wonder why that's not your favourite figure of all time or anything. Because when they're white like that, man, they're just spectacular. There's obviously card examples that are yellowed and whatnot, so such a nice figure. Classic. First of all, and they nailed it. Look at them bloody first 12 figures. I say this all the time. First 12 figures, 1977, how much research went into it, etc., etc. They nailed them, man. There's not many toys that are, with all the engineering and technology we have now, that even come close. Iggy, I-88. Another for the little bounty hunter run. I wrote to Santa Claus in pre-primary, or kindy, one of the two. I think it was only one at the time for me. I wrote to pre-primary for this guy. To Santa Claus, this guy in pre-primary, because my bloody brother made me because he didn't have them. And he got it. I got it on the day of school. And then when I get home, he pops it in the bloody Vader case. I'll never forget this. Pops it in the Vader case. And he's like, oh yeah, no, he was safe in my Vader case. Mum used to actually bloody blackmail me by saying, that's it. If you don't do this or whatever, or your figure's out of the Vader case. And I listened to an idiot. So he's keeping my figures in his Vader case and threatening to take them out. And I'm listening to him like, that's some serious, messed up childhood nightmares there, mate. Anyway, I read to Santos Jack on his behalf, for me, and Dengar as well. And I've got the bloody letters somewhere too, so I'll put them up. I'll show you guys one day that. They're pretty funny. Then we got Luke Bespin. Now this one may be a Letty, or it's got the same mould as a Letty. Either way, it's bloody cool. Got kind of olive hair. No COO. Half kind of, it's cool, hard to display. So it's got a really cool head, very unique. COO, you probably won't see it on here, is semi like a raised bar, but it's not. Semi scarred. I don't know. I think it might be the same mold as a Letty. Don't think it is a Letty. It's my wife's. But he's cool. I like him. And he's Luke Best for number 3 already. I know we've got a nice brown and a nice olive, so we must have 5 unless there's some more I'm unaware of. But it is a Luke Bespin. What do Luke Bespin love? Alright, let's go. We'll get a couple more. This video's coming up in 30 minutes. We'll get a couple more out and we'll have a look. And we might make a pause and carry on. But this is a Hurricane, so I didn't even got through bloody half a crate. This is a Hurricane, M.A.S.K obviously. Complete. I just love that vehicle, man, who doesn't? The flames, the actual model, the fact that it's got Goodyear tyres. So nice. And again, that's one of those ones also, didn't really go out hunting for it, but when you get a super mint one, and I get a lot of toys through my hands, when you get a super mint one, it's very hard to move it on and say, oh, I'm going to sell him, you know, when you don't own one already. When it's a gem like that, it's very hard to sell that, and why would you? One of the many reasons I commenced my toy business was to get more toys and get first dibs on those toys. So I get a lot of toys through, and I'm a bit of a stickler for condition, so if something beats my condition, I'll sell it. I'll sell mine and keep the better ones. I've gotten to the point now where I'm very happy with the condition of 95% of my items, so it doesn't happen a lot, but every now and then something comes up that I don't have. I didn't necessarily even want, but the condition is that nice, and it's a toy line I haven't got a bloody figure of, and I'll say, you know what, that's so nice. I'm keeping it. I did that with like a Tommy Starius figure recently. It was just too magical to sell. I know if it was the first one I had, but probably the only one I have. Parademon, Kennesu Palace. Always love the cool face on this guy. It looks like some sick looking old school. Actually reminds me of when we went to Singapore and we went to some temples and they had some really cool, like satanic looking drawings. I say cool, but they're really scary looking devil drawings of on walls and stuff. That face reminds me of that. Well, I love him so much because it was a memory of a very young, I think I was maybe 8 or something when I went to Singapore, and I still remember that. So cool. And therefore I've always liked that figure. Parademon. With the Superpowers line, I mostly like, his stance is so bloody big that he doesn't fit even the Superpower stance. I know you can get wide custom ones, which I'm going to have to get. Mostly like the superheroes in that line, but there's a couple of baddies I've got. He's the best. I might be wrong. Hawkman, come on now. Classic character. Spectacularly nailed by Kenner. Colours, design, everything, and a little wing flap. Just a topper. That is gold, that figure. It's not worth that much, but man, you get the colours just pop. And again, one of those ones, you see a mint, you've got to have it. You've got to have it, you know? obviously. There goes a king. I don't have HASBRO stands. That's what I need, but they're pretty good. Pretty sturdy on them. Alright, we can do a couple more. And let's end with a couple of rippers. What do you reckon? I know what's pretty ripping. Stiletto. You want to talk about white whales? You want to talk about magic white, pearly white toys? Find that in that condition. If you do, keep it, man. Don't sell it, for crying out loud. Stiletto. I had this as a child. Kept it. I didn't play with I played with them, but I respectfully played with these guys so well, especially the later ones, the split seconds. I kept them in Mickey Mouse condition. I reckon I sold this on eBay for approximately 100 Aussie dollars. And I stiffed myself because I sold it to the States and I underquoted shipping as well, so I lost out on shipping too. Took me a long time to get that. I searched for that. That's one of the ones I searched for so long, and I just said, no, I can't be stuffed trying to find one. You know, buy a mask like if there's one in there, I'll keep it. I'm not going to look for it. My prayers were answered. I didn't look too deep. I just bought a big collection, and that was in there, and there's obviously no way I was letting go of Stiletto. And Stiletto goes top shelf, smack bang in the middle, because gorgeous, gorgeous. I tell you. All right, I reckon I got time for one more. Still picky down here. He's worth pulling out last. It's a bit cold. There's some nice ones in here. You guys know I like the mask, but can I mix it? Will I match it? You know what? I bought this bad boy only because there's not many have come out yet. And I think it's the only one in this box. The good prints out of himself. He's gorgeous one. Really nice condition. His his leg bands, original, a tiny bit loose. I'm not gonna, I hate swapping them out. I'm not gonna swap them out. I'm gonna keep them original. That's what I love about these stands. They can rectify, stabilize slightly loose leg bands. But how cool is that, man? What a cool figure. That felt. And look, it's just impossible to tell that that's He-Man, right? Like, no one in Eternia could have ever guessed that that was the Master of the Universe right there. Who would have guessed it? Looking pretty lonely down there. Let's go again. Come on, one more. Pretty Joes. I'll say the Wonder Twins. I'm not talking superpowers, what am I talking about? Couple of Crimson Beasts, man. Couple of beasts. Xamot and Tormax. Now these very educated dudes, very prominent in the cartoon. Cool voices. Beautiful figures, hey? Twins, Crimson Twins. Well, I'll show this one. Crimson Twins, super cool, man. Same on Tormax. I do have the grappling hook, whatever it is, no, flying fox attachment, whatever you call it. I don't have it in this bag for some reason. Got mixed up with some other accessories, but you'll find its way. I'll find their own home. Same on Tormax. Nut Twins, and then in that bag also we had a straight arm Cobra. I think I've got this guy from Greeny as well. I do believe I did. I think he's my only straight arm. Cool figure. With Joe's, I'm not a completist. Well, not with any of these things, I'm not a completist. I don't have every single figure of anything anymore, just the ones I love. And that's a cool figure. Never had that as a kid. I think Green just convinced me to buy it. He didn't charge me a lot. I can't remember what it was. I think it's just I like Cobra Soldiers. Alright, let's do one mock. Pop it on the top in the frame. It's not tidied up yet, but we'll get there. We're just going to do one, promise. Can we say that? This one's going to be one. Froster. She's gorgeous. Clear bubble. These are, she's acrylics. Collector's Warehouse, whatever I think he calls himself now. Princess of Power. She-Ra. Froster. Now these are, again, my wife's. Often give her one for her birthday, Christmas. I think I'm up to the point now where she got one once, but I'll probably venture and get her a different one. Anyway, for us that. So she goes, because I think, but what I want to fit these in here, you have to take a shelf out, and that's killer. Really minimises what you can chuck in there. So she's going on top. Right now she'll go front and centre. I do have acrylic steps that get her over this black lip, so she'll be there soon. But I gotta find them. But I can fit a nice handful. Oh, hang on. You know what I'm talking about. This is the same video, it's another day. Ran out of time the other day to pick up kids from school, so let's carry on. I nearly got through this first crate. There's still quite a few left, but what I did do is I found my acrylic steps. So these are from Matt Usher at Collector's Warehouse. It's got all kinds of acrylic stuff, but these are bloody cool. So I use these to gain a bit of extra space on top of my cabinet. I've already chucked up Froster up there, as you can see. Put the third acrylic step there, so that gives me a bit more playroom, so I don't have to limit myself to being inside the cabinet, which is cool because what's next? My favourite one, or was Froster my favourite, or I just say my favourite is everything. Catra, cool as Princess of Power character. There's an Origins one now, there's a Masterverse one, such a cool character, very popular. Anyway, we got her M.A.S.K. She's quite nice, this one, the card's nice and straight, and the bubble is pretty clear. Not even really a tinge of yellow, that's a lovely Catra. So she's gone up right next to Froster. And what I'm planning on doing is adding some LED strip lighting above my cabinet, actually inside my cabinet too, so it's going to hopefully glow. But it's going to be a work in progress, we'll get there. Crate by crate, light by light, one thing at a time. So let's have a quick shift to some Star Wars vintage Lucy's. We got Weequay. Look, everyone loves Weequay. It's poor sad Weequay. Every time I sell some Jabba dudes, I normally, when I lift figures, I lift them up in a bunch of 5, 6, whatever. Put the Jabba dudes together. Weequay's always the poor dude left on the shelf, man. And he's a cool character, look at him, man. It's like Freddy Krueger with the bloody, some kind of sick dreadlocks at the back and a pike. Man, what a beast. Then we got cool Cantina dude. We just recently found out he had a thing for Walrus Man. Watch my shorts. There's Greedo, nice green. And then something different, a Vader. Now, who is this one? That saber looks gorgeous. What have we got here? That's a lady as well. I think you might have 2 lady. You may indeed have 2 lady Vaders. Look at that saber. Looks lady to me. Anyhow, yet another Vader. So let's put a couple more Star Wars dudes up. So I may have to move this crate so you can see them. But Weequay's going to go on shelf 3 for now. He's going to go, Cantina creatures are going to go there for now. These are all clearly subject to change. Now, how can I move this so you can see that cabinet? I'm going to have to put this crate down here and keep reaching down just so you can see, go widescreen on my cabinet. But that's all good. So I've got a few Star Wars figures, we'll just pump these out. And then we'll, a couple more cool M.A.S.K in there, those largest mercury size sort of M.A.S.K. So we got, really, I'm not really that much into variants, but this is one of my faves, Pink Tusk. That's a scarred PvP Pink Tusk Walrus Man. Not worth crazy money, you can pick him up for nice condition, 50 to 70 depending on condition. This one's a corker, so I kept him. And then we got my other best-gun guard. I already had the other fella, but this is the other one. The second one, and look at the trim on this guy. And the mustache. So there's my other white Bespin guard. Really nice gold trim. And then we have another gorgeous Stormy. I used to have a bunch of Stormies. I kind of cut them down and kept the best ones. Might have 5 or 6 now, but I love my white. I keep saying my curly white figures. So Bespin, let's put this back there with the other dude. Pigeon Perry ready to save. Couple of Cantinas, lovers next to one another. And let's put the Stormies over there for now. Alright, who we got now? We've got 2 Star Wars figures and a Joe. And one Joe may have blown up in transit here. So he needs a U O-ring, but we'll get to him in a minute. So we've got a Royal Guard, really nice Emperor's Royal Guard, beautiful condition. We got Cloud Car Pilot. I believe I've got 2 Cloud Car Pilots. Complete with comm links and blaster. That bloody pesky little comm link. Just put the weapon in his hands before I show you. So really nice CCP, if you want to abbreviate. And then we got Major Blood. Poor guy. Torn in half. Did he be attacked by bloody Darth Maul or something? Or I don't know. Anyway, he was really nice. They're easy to replace. They're not like bloody Mooti pants. I'll replace that and get him in. But yeah, he's chopped in half by a shark or a lightsaber, one of the two. So ERG, let's pop him over here. This is going to be, whoops. This will be a bit of an Imperial section at the moment. Let's get CCP over there. And we move on. A ton of acid-free bags which I purchased for the move. Whoa! One of the rarest production figures you can get. It's so sought after. You all ready for it? Oops. Lobot! He doesn't get a lot of love from a lot of people. I'm one of those people. He's not my favourite figure, but you gotta have him kind of. Well, why not? What are you gonna sell him for? And get him only $15 for him? Might as well keep him. Anyway, he is in nice condition, if that means anything to anyone. Lobot, so we've got Luke Hoth. This is a figure, look, it's not a really rare figure, not a really expensive figure. This is one I really struggled to get a really super nice condition one of. He's really hard, his limbs fade. Mostly, if you look at men, his limbs fade, you always get some kind of bandana paint loss. But anyway, this one's gorgeous. He's got absolute snow white limbs, no discoloration whatsoever, no difference in any of the paint limbs of the limb colours. So I love that figure. I think it's just because he's just so hard to get in nice condition. Why I like him so much. He was one of the last, when I recreated my run a little while ago, 10, 15 years ago, whatever it was, he was one of the ones that struggled to get him in. So we've got a Vader here. I think this is a letter kilt. Yeah, it is. This is K. The old man's eyes just work. K here. And we'll get that tip through his arm. I believe he's just Hong Kong. K, Hong Kong, I think that one's actually mine. I think I own 3. Well, look at that. It's got some letters under the feet. Engineering pilots. I'll take it. This is worth 10k. You want to buy it? I actually didn't know that had 1B and I on them. Who knows? Maybe I'm sitting in fortune here. One day I'll find it out. One of my few Vaders. Don't have a Hoth area yet. Empire, we'll go here for now. There's Vader up here. Vader's slowly infiltrating. What's next? Absolute scorcher of a toy. Love this thing. Billboard Blast, can a mask. I had this as a child. I didn't know too many people that had it. So cool. I mean, how cool is this? It's a billboard. Pops open and who's in there waiting to kill you, man? 2 sick missile launches. I got this one dead mint and I actually committed a bit of a sin. I actually applied the decals. I unapplied decals and I put them on. I don't often do that, but I like this guy so much that he had to have his Pennzoil sign up ready to roll. It's so cool. I believe that's such an unappreciated toy. And for mine, top shelf, baby. Alright. Well, this guy's just in the way. What have we got here? Alright, this is not vintage, but it's a Motu Origins King Randall. Really like this figure. As you well know, the vintage one's probably going to cost you, greater part of Aussie grand in that kind of condition. This was $30 or $40 or whatever it was. So the acrylic was probably more than the figure, I think, from memory. Anyway, King Randall. So I'll pop him up just to this side for now. So I do have another acrylic step somewhere, but I can't find it. So I don't know if they'll all fit here for now, but we'll try. Couple of Star Wars, couple of Joes. We've got Death Squad Commander, Star Destroyer Commander, call him as you will. Really nice condition. Blue Black Imperial Blaster, really nice. We've got Crimson. Got a G.I. Joe in here randomly. Crimson Python Patrol. Don't know why I kept him. He's really nice. I never had him as a kid. I think I was just going sort of Cobra Army Builder kind of things up there with my V1 straight arm Cobra officer. Starstruck Commander. Let's pop him behind Lord Vader. And then we got another one of those ones when you get a Snow White one, you just go, oh maybe. How good's that? Pearl, Hoth, Trooper. Just call them Hothies. He's really nice white and ripped cape. That blaster's not very that rough. It's not very hard to get, but it is genuine. I'll probably keep him here for one sec while I open these two. So I've got my second Cloud Car pilot, which I thought I had two. Shouldn't be that surprised because I reopened this box a couple of weeks ago. But my memory fails me. I'm just an old man that likes toys. So second CCP, we're just getting that little comlink to stay in his hand and his weapon. Alright, so he's nice. He's going in with the Hoth Trooper. Hoth Trooper can hang out with Luke Hoth for now. Like our pilot on each side of the Lukes. What about that? Then we got C3PO. He's gorgeous. He's first 12 attached limbs 3PO. I got a really Mickey Mouse one. His gold is gorgeous, stunning really, and his limbs are very, very tight. His legs haven't been moved at all. I think his arms have been moved a couple of millimeters maybe each one. It's so tight. So you get a nice golden rod like that, and it's hard to clear off. He's going to go first 12. Really got a Rebel section, have I? Here we go there. And then randomly we got Dr. Mindbender. Now I love this dude too. Obviously I've got him. Very cool. Joe Baddie, Cobra Baddie. Real cool characters. Cobras for now. What have we got now? Ooh, this is one half Goliath. The other half is in another crate which I'm yet to find. So he's complete. Got his little wing bombs. Got his spoiler. Very hard to get unbroken. And most importantly, got that bloody little steering wheel that's always missing. Anyhow, I had this as a child. What a toy, man. Such a beast of a thing, eh? As in, well, when you put it together. This is called the F1. Just the F1 dragster. Not into motorsport, I think it's called a dragster. No, it's not called a dragster. My mates love F1, I hate it. Goliath. Ripper. I'll put him up here for now, but I know that he's definitely not going to fit with his trailer. Big trailer truck later on. How cool are those masks guys look when you can't see. I'll go a bit closer later, but that looks so good. Another one for the ladies, and it's Origins though, so I won't go Shira, Princess of Power, just Origins one, Origins version. Won't get too much detail with her. She ain't vintage. Pop over there for now. I definitely won't have enough room for all my Origins and Motu mocks, but I definitely have somewhere another one of these steps, so I will find it and load this bad boy up. So while we're on the Motu, semi-Motu, let's go another vintage Shira. Mermista. She's cool. I actually don't know who she was. I don't think my missus did either when I gave it to her. But she's cool. That's a foreign card as well. French Canadian. So that's going up. Oh, she goes. Let's put her in a froster. And hopefully she loves. So we've got almost a loaded shelf there. I must find my other step. I could fit another 3 if I get another one. That's nearly top shelf done. I will have a closer look a bit later on, guys. This is all about with a closer look. Oh yeah. Couple of Playmates turtles. So we got Donatello. He was my fave. Donnie and Casey Jones, the man who's going to clean up this town. I did his voice in the other video, but it's pretty lame, so I won't do it again. So these guys, Casey Jones is complete. Got him from Greenie actually. Thank you, my man. And Donatello is not complete. He's just got one bow. Oh, one star. Sorry, I was saying. Anyhow, don't have a lot of them. I'll put them behind the HASBROs because they're nice, colourful. I definitely don't have enough turtles for a whole shelf, so there's you go. This is the only loose Origins I've got in this box. Don't know why I got him, OK. I think it was a ripped up card, so really bad damaged card, so I kept him. It's a pretty bloody cool figure. Don't mind it at all. The way they got him floating is cool. Obviously, the OG one's got a ripcord and he floats in his own way, sort of a mechanical way, whereas this one just floats on this little plastic thing, which is a little bit kind of flexible. Very cool. It doesn't have all the spells, but it doesn't come with all the spells, but not a bad fig. I'll pop him down with Prince Adam and Cyclone. I'm sure you can see him. Probably can't. And we carry on. Now this box is nearly done, so I might just chuck it on the bench so I don't have to keep bending down. Bear with me just a minute. Oh yeah. Couple of, now I remember what was in here, a couple of killer items. Alright. We'll go to the beast, just because it's in my hand. Wolf beast. Cool one, never ever had it as a young man. I'm sure it came to Australia, but I don't even know. Anyhow, I've got him complete. I bloody pieced this guy together through three or four wolf beasts, which I purchased, and somehow, man, I just got lucky, and they were always the parts I needed. It was in the wolf beast I got. There was a missile I wasn't expecting in one, and so good. So it's a beast of a. Sorry, I'm just putting this in. Tank of a vehicle. Looks so sick. Never had him. Just rough and just animal of a vehicle. Anyway, I really like it. I do have the vehicles. I've got the figures stashed somewhere. They're very fragile, particularly the clay mask. I haven't clipped that on properly, but I'll sort him later. Obviously, he's gone top shelf. So look, this top shelf is running lean. I've got some little acrylic boxes which I've got to find actually. I bought them from Temu actually. So I'm hoping to be able to double stack all these guys and get more in there. Because I've got a few more M.A.S.K items. Got a couple of the big bad boy trailers, and you probably know who they are. Love Slyrax's little snake oil pit stop stand here. Had him as a child. No one liked him. Everyone thought he was lame. I loved it. Still do. Always been a favourite of mine. A lot of my favourites are linked to my childhood. Definitely one I had. Really slipped behind there for now, yes. Really need to pack them all in right now because I've got heaps of space. But alright, last M.A.S.K in the slot. There's only a handful of items left and then I'll end this video. Raven, who doesn't love that, man? Like, what a beast. Such a cool Corvette. Flying discs who are in there. I won't tempt fate and attack them. I've got a cat down there who'll probably pounce if I launch, but so good. This one's got a lovely chrome or mechanics weight. Gorgeous item. So I'm hoping to have him here in a little acrylic box, but we'll see. Look, you know what? He can go with WWF figures for now. Couple of Star Wars, so a couple of OG hands. I've got big head and small head. Both really cool. Now, I always had big head as a youngster. So I've got a bit of a soft spot for that, but they're both nuts. Absolutely nuts figures. When you get one with the perfect vest and the lovely white arms, I'll give these white figures. Properly. I lost the blaster. I'll get one real blaster shortly. You get nice white, beautiful, cool variant. Legit variant that you didn't have to hunt down and make up. A lot of those people, variant lovers, are talking tiny little striped lines of leg rays and things like that, and that's for real. And then we've got another Vader. Who's this? What is this? I'm not sure. So many Vaders. What's the goo here? This is just a Hong Kong, but I don't know what this Vader is. Nothing's too special about the saber. Let's get it in the arm and poke him through and see what we got. Sorry, I always get my heart in my mouth and pop the saber through an arm hole. many times you do it in your life, it's still stressful. Anyway, at the moment we're looking at Vader number 4 only. That's a M.A.S.K figure stand, they got smaller footholes. Another lovely Lord Vader with this shiny cape. That might be no, that's a zip cape. I'm not sure what that is. Jiminy Vaders. There's a couple of cool pigs. So I've got stiletto figures, 2 Gloria Bakers, plain and normal. That's why I have M.A.S.K stands falling out of bags. 2 Gloria Bakers, and then I've got, you probably know, I'll give a bit of a clue as to what's in another crate coming up. I'm sure you know who that is. He's the man. They got very cute little footholes, foot pegs. All these are Collector's Warehouse acrylic stands. So Matt Usher's got, he's your man, he's got stands for bloody everything. Cases for every vehicle, car, figure under the sun. If he doesn't have it, Brendan Barris will have it. At BFA, Glenn will have it. Ultimate Figure Protection. If you need something covered with acrylic, they got you what you're looking for, man. Someone has made it. Those guys just go out and buy every toy just so they can measure them up perfectly and fit them in. It's a bit of an art to it, and obviously there's a major desire for it from all of us. I love them because there's so many of them operating, and I believe they're all doing really well. So everyone supports them all. They've got cool products. Why not? And the thing about with those acrylics for me is with the card, I like Carter figures and I like Star Wars. I like beaters. Something with a bit of a dent or a crack or whatever. I'm not too fussed. You can get them a lot cheaper than full price mocks. You pop them in acrylic, man. They are like beer goggles. They're just unbelievable what they do for a mate. Like, they make everything look spectacular. I'm a big fan of acrylic for Carter figures. Well, for most things, but for Carter figures, yeah. And all day over grading. Like grading, you can't pull that out of a good look. So we got a Leia Hoth, another Bouncy Hunter for the lineup, M.A.S.K, and then we got the Cantina guys are going to start singing and dancing soon because Snaggletune's going to join the party and be the third wheel over there in the old love triangle there. Leia Hoth can go to the Luke off. One little Star Wars bag, one short one, and a M.A.S.K stand. Probably because I don't have the vehicle, we might use the vehicle he belongs to, and obviously you know that's Rhino's tracker from Rhino. Standing there, was thinking, why not? 3 more of these figures, and then 1 more. A lot of bad boys. And we're done. Oh, hang on, 6 more of these figures. Another bag. Leia Bespin. I think that's the turtleneck. Or not, I don't know. Turtleneck, non-turtleneck, you tell me. Leia Bespin and Han Bespin. Gorgeous figures. Han Bespin, very underrated. Worth almost nothing. Be a very cheap figure to get. Very affordable. She costs you a bit because of the pew Leia blaster. The blue, black, or blue. So they're cool Bespin figures. Let's put them around there because I think I need a bit more room for some more Luke Bespins. Leia Bespin's hands a little bit. Not receptive to this blaster. Oh, here we go. There she goes. For shame. And then Lando. Non-smiling. Unhappy Lando. Gotta remind myself to find that rebel blaster that fell out of hand on the floor somewhere. So just a non-smiling Lando. Pretty good. They'll find their home. A couple more Bespin dudes. We have, surprise, Darth Vader. Unsure of any kind of saber. Zippity zip. What have we got? Hong Kong. I don't know, man. I don't know how there's so many different Hong Kongs, but there are. People aren't lying. Leia Bespin. Prettier face. The other one's got a mongrel face. White stand for her, I don't know. What I'll do is I'll bring the other Leia, put the Vader away, I'll bring the other Leia Bespin back and let's show you Beauty versus Beast. So the one in my left hand is How Ugly, and the one in my right is The Delicate Princess. Beautiful, ugly. So many variants of these figures, that's unbelievable. And then the last Star Wars figure here, Buggy. I think that's purple. Tell you what, you stare at these things long enough, blue becomes purple, purple becomes blue, and you want to kill yourself. I think that's purple. And then we go up. Last Origins mock is Scareglow. I think that's probably the most to pay for one of these guys, maybe 50, 60 bucks. Obviously got him because vintage one's going to cost me 2k and I'm not interested in spending 2k. Alright, put Scareglow here for now. So I'll get my acrylic step. This is my one and only vintage Motu mock, and he's my probably equal favourite figure. Terracotta Skeletor is one of my faves, along with the mighty Tongue Lasher. I didn't set out to buy him. I do love him. Didn't set out to buy him, but he dropped in my lap with a big collection of Motu mocks, and he was just gorgeous. The bubble is clear as clear can be, untouched, no dents, stings, nothing, and the card's flat as and gorgeous. Obviously, it's punched. That's probably the only thing I could call that a flaw. But that is such a nice mock, and I said, no, I'm keeping that. Sorry, favourite fig. That was meant to be. Destiny, my favourite figure, gorgeous condition, in my hand. Don't have to have it shipped. Thank you. So he's mine forever. Again, I say I need more acrylic steps. Find my acrylic step. So he'll go there for now. And then the final ones here. You did want the best, and you got it, guys. The hottest band in the world, still after all these years. Kiss. I've got a clipped out arm. Ace Frehley's arm is clipped out, but they are the best. Still listen to them daily. They're my favourite running music, favourite workout music. These are the 12-inch Mego line. I never had them as a kid. I got them from Andy Fazalaki. You would know him. I'm probably saying his name wrong. You'd know him. Andy's awesome collectibles. He's got his own Facebook group page. I got these off from ages ago. Pretty much put them in storage soon after I got them because we moved. But lovely condition. So cool. I didn't know there was a Series 1 and a Series 2. I think Ace Frehley is Series 1 and they were really skinny. And they weren't happy with that, so they bulked them up a bit. So his looks really slender. And the other guy's a bit beefcake. So I've got 3 of them from the Series 2. And the skinny looking Ace Frehley. So if anyone's got an Ace Frehley that bulked up, I think it's Series 2, I might be wrong, might be the other way around, but if anyone's got a Series 2 Ace Frehley they want to sell or swap or something like that, hit me up because I wouldn't mind matching them up. I think this one's worth more, but I couldn't care less, so I just wanted to more match. And yeah, these guys will take pride of position at the top here. I had them standing at one point, but I'm probably going to sit them just so my acrylic dudes, I had them pretty cool. I'm not going to, it'll take me forever to balance them again, but I did have them pretty cool that they were kind of sitting on the edge. They're pretty fragile, so I'm trying not to destroy them, but I had them pretty cool, so they kind of sit on the edge. And I'm hoping I can do that again with some patience. But they look cool, sitting on there, they look like they're coming out at you, hanging out. You got to be careful, these are bloody so fragile. And, you know, Gene Simmons. Gene and Ace are my faves. Gene's with me forever. I love Kiss, obviously. Gene Simmons is the man. I've got Ace Frehley on my left calf, but I'm not feeling that flexible right now to show you, but let's get these two up there for now. Now what I do is I'm going to hide from the camera now. I'll put Major Blood away so I don't lose him. I need to fix his band, I'll do that later. And I'll grab the camera and I'll quickly put these guys up. Don't break Ace, don't break. These Ace, the Series 1 legs aren't as playful as the Series 2 as well. Did get them just hang last time. I think I might have needed a bit of help from Gene. Third world problems here, eh? Let's snap him live on YouTube. Yeah? Hanging out with June. Pretty Chris. Shake it for the cat man. Alright. And they look as sick as I remember. They're so cool. I tug off his ball forwards. It prayed my puppy. So if they fall, they've got to fall backwards. Let's have a look at these guys and get me off the camera, eh? So this is my cabinet first tape after having opened, whoops, I didn't mean to zoom in there. After having opened my first crate, which has been buried for a couple of years whilst I renovated and painted and moved. Let's have a look. We'll go a bit closer, eh? Shelf by shelf. You guys want a close-ups? Here we go. So bottom shelf's pretty lame, well, we've quite a few empty bottom shelves at the moment. Tells you there's a few toys coming. But we've got a bit of a lame here. One Origins and a couple of M.A.S.K. A few Joes here. I've got a lot more to come. This just shows you, I did pack these with absolutely no order whatsoever. So I've got a nice couple of my favourite HASBROs already out. A couple of the classics, Superpowers out. Then up above, M.A.S.K. It's probably, well, a couple of my favourites in Stiletto and Stinger. There's so many more coming. I've got quite a few of them. And then top shelf, we got some Imperials and First 12s. Got the Bounty Hunters starting up. And then we got Bespin here. I do recall previously this was a Jabba. I think this was Jabba scene. Put an 8080 because I actually got rid of a shelf to put an 8080 in there. And I can't bloody remember what was in there. So time will tell. It's taking shape. Oh, I'm look up top. At the moment up top we got Origins, Scareglow, the Kiss Boys, and some Princess of Power stuff. So we're taking shape, we're getting there. You guys wanted a closer look, that was it. There's more coming soon. Thanks guys, keep watching. And love your toys like I do, that's all I say. Because you can't beat them.